Kenya has pledged to send 600 more police officers to Haiti in the coming weeks to help fight gangs controlling much of the capital, Port-au-Prince, and nearby areas. This will bring the Kenyan contingent deployed increment since June to help the Caribbean nation's beloved police force up to 1,000. During a visit to the country, Kenya's President William Ruto also said he supported turning the current Kenya-led security mission into a full United Nations peacekeeping operations. A handful of their countries have together pledged at least 1,900 more troops. Violence in Haiti is still rife, and a UN human rights expert has warned that gangs are targeting new areas, causing further displacement. The UN Security Council is due to meet by the end of the month to decide whether to renew Kenya's current mandate for another 12 months, paving the way for a full UN mission in 2025. This will lead to an increased funding and resources for the operation, which has been hampered by a lack of equipment. Addressing the Kenya police officers at their base in Port-au-Prince, President William Ruto commended the forces for their success over the last months. There are many people who thought Haiti was mission impossible, but today they have changed their minds because of the progress you have made. He said they will succeed against the gangs, and he promised to try to get them better equipment. The nearly 400 Kenya police officers on ground were going out on patrol, working hand in hand with Haitian forces to protect the people and restore security, Ruto said. Our next batch, an additional 600, is undergoing redeployment training. We will be mission ready in a few weeks' time and look forward to the requisite support to enable their deployment, he added. But there has been some criticisms in Haiti as of the lack of detective move against the gangs. A UN human rights expert who has just been there said the mission was inadequately equipped and needed helicopters as well as night vision goggles and drones. The multinational security support mission, authorized by the UN Security Council in October 2023, has so far redeployed less than a quarter of its planned contingent, William O'Neill said on Friday. Despite an international embargo, arms and ammunition continue to be smuggled into the country, allowing the gangs to extend their control to new territories, he said. The UN expert had visited the southeast of the country, where he said the police lacked logistics and technical capacity to counter the gangs. He quoted a policeman in Jeremy as saying, "The situation borders on the impossible. We have to learn to walk on water." Sexual violence had drastically increased, and more than 700,000 people were now displaced, Mr. O'Neill said. This enduring agony must stop. It is a race against time. He said the solutions already existed, but efforts had to be redoubled immediately. It is crucial to stifle the gangs by giving the MSS mission the means to be effective in supporting the operations of the Haitian National Police, as well as to implement the other measures provided by the United Nations Security Council, including the sanction regime and targeted arms embargo. So, Kenya government is planning to send another 600 policemen in Haiti to help in bringing normality to Haiti. They already have 400 on the ground. At the end of the day, it's easy for any president to speak English. Does it mean that the life of these Kenyan police don't matter? Their lives matters. Because at the end of the day, for the president, it's about the money he's going to get from the United Nations or whosoever. It's not really like he cares about if there's peace in Haiti or not. For him, just as every other average African leader, it is just about the money.